Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, so now it's fight week and leading up to the fight. So, as you guys know, anybody that's, been subscribed to my channel for a while, people know I used to cover fights. I used to cover fights all the way up till fight day and then the aftermath of the fight. So, everybody knows fight week, that's when everything gets a little hectic, but it's fun. That's when all the people that's covering the fight start to show up, come into town. Usually it starts on Monday, but most people don't arrive till like Wednesday. But the major outlets pretty much was covering the fight the whole week. ESPN, a couple of other, outlets, sports outlets were covering the fight. So, you still had all the hoopla surrounding this fight about who was going to win, the fighters' backgrounds, and all that kind of stuff. And, one of the problems that I had mostly was ESPN and Michelle Beadle and Kerry Champion, who kept antagonizing Floyd and hollering about Floyd having issues with women and all that type of stuff. Just a black fighter. But there were several reports of white MMA fighters, War Machine, etc., who had domestic violence disputes. War Machine right now is currently in jail for attempted murder. But you had all these stories coming out about these white MMA fighters, but ESPN chose to say nothing. But they wanted to strictly focus on Floyd's issue with domestic violence, where Floyd had already addressed the situation. He talked about it. He did his time. That should have been it. But then you had all these judgmental, self-righteous media people, these judgmental, self-righteous so-called YouTube commentators and content creators, these judgmental people in the comment section, primarily non-black, primarily made up of Asian, Hispanic, and white people, of course, constantly not letting this go, constantly bringing this up, even when you just trying to cover the fight and just talk about how you see the fight gonna go, how you covering the undercard, but they couldn't wait to bring that up. And like I said, I'm naming names. I told you I don't sugarcoat my channel, but that's who was mostly doing it, doing all the instigating, the racial instigating. Once again, Hispanic people didn't have a stake in the fight, and neither did white people. This was just a fight with a iconic Filipino superstar and a legendary black fighter. And it should have just been about the fight. But you saw people instigating, and then the funny part about it was you saw the Hispanics and the Asian people forming an alliance along with the white people to once again go against the black supporters of Floyd Mayweather. There was rarely any non-blacks that was rooting for Floyd Mayweather. There was next to no white people rooting for Floyd Mayweather to win this fight. Very few. And it was very few Hispanics rooting for Floyd. Most of the people in the comment section was rooting for Manny Pacquiao that wasn't black. So that's fact. So that's all you heard going into fight week. Not about the fight, the fighters, their talent, none of that. It was black this, black that, black fighters is cowards, black fighters is runners, Floyd is gonna run, which he didn't, all this type of shit. Because see, one thing about me, I told you, I'm honest. A lot of people hear my videos, they give it a thumbs down, and they leave. But they can't dispute the fact that I'm telling the truth, because this is what happened. I was there. I remember. So this went on all the way up till Friday. That's when everybody make their predictions. ESPN, Floyd versus Manny Pacquiao. Skip Bayless said that Manny Pacquiao was going to stop Floyd Mayweather, which I knew that wasn't going to happen. And Stephen A. Smith predicted that Floyd would get like a ninth round TKO. I was leaning towards Floyd to stop Manny Pacquiao, but I knew that Manny Pacquiao would not allow himself to be knocked out by Floyd Mayweather because he had too much riding on at least being able not to get knocked out. But I went with Floyd Mayweather unanimous decision, and I knew Floyd was going to whitewash Manny Pacquiao. So, fight night rolls around. You're not really hearing anything, just typical what guys need to do to win the fight. You hear nothing about what I'm going to talk about later on. Okay. So, it's fight night, it's fight time. Manny Pacquiao makes his way to the ring. Floyd Mayweather makes his way to the ring. Manny Pacquiao has Jimmy Kimball walking him to the ring. Floyd Mayweather has whoever walking him to the ring. Don't really remember the ring entrance. So, both men make their way to the ring. They're announced, and the fight begins. And it starts off how I thought it would start off. Manny Pacquiao would try to see what's there for him. He would try to attack early. But Manny Pacquiao wasn't really able to hit Floyd flush like he wanted to. And Floyd played it safe, but at the same time, he controlled the pace of the fight. He kept Manny Pacquiao at bay, using the jab. He was turning Manny Pacquiao. Now, Manny Pacquiao had success. Every once in a while, he landed a shot that stung Floyd for a little bit, had him against the ropes for a little bit, but he couldn't tee off on Floyd because Floyd was good at covering up. And pretty much the rest of the fight, Floyd got in Manny's head. He had Manny confused. Manny was so worried about Floyd setting him up to counter him to where Manny realized or didn't realize that he was losing rounds and that the fight was slipping away. And like I said, Floyd could have did a little bit more to just, make the fight a little bit exciting. But at the same time, Manny Pacquiao wouldn't allow him because Manny Pacquiao was scared to come in at times. And Floyd controlled the pace of the fight. And Floyd stood his ground in the middle of the ring, So I don't know where people got this running shit from, but then it's just a fake narrative that a lot of people made up because they wanted to try to find whatever way they could to discredit Floyd Mayweather. But at the end of the day, Floyd controlled the pace of the fight and he cruised to a unanimous decision. Two judges had Floyd winning 10 rounds to 2, if I'm not mistaken. And then another judge had it 9-3 for Floyd Mayweather. So it was a wide margin, dominant performance. Floyd wins. But let's talk about what happens, the aftermath. This your boy Town Biz. I'm out.